We got elephant.
This guy's elephant.
All right, everybody. Sean Dumani. Missing a 2-ball right there. Playing Carl Wilson right now. Race to 7. This is the first match of the day. And we're going to have a lot of matches today. It's going to be a late night. 104 players for the Cole Dixon Memorial Tournament here at Family Billiards is what you're watching right now. 2 days of play. And we are ready for action. A lot of people walking around, a lot of people here, so you just have to enjoy the background noise while we sweat some of this action. Wow. How do you hit it? Carl Wilson kicking beautifully and getting shape on the 4-ball. Brunswick Gold Crowns here at Family Billiards, all maintained by Ernesto and Oscar Dominguez. 6 of these tables are 4-inch pockets.
That guy ever come up with the final design for a stick? That guy ever come up with the final design for a stick? The Space Needle one? I could have told you that. Looks like a Space Needle. That's funny. You haven't seen them, huh?
And on the heels of a beautiful kick shot on that 3-ball, which went straight into the side pocket, Carl Wilson closes out the first rack, gets on the wire first to make it a score of 1-0.
Have a seat with Daniel, but you got to commentate. Right?
Hi, Angela.
Hi.
Angela and Greg Harada. How you doing?
Good.
Good.
Hey, come here. What's this glove you're wearing? Euro fingers? What's it called?
Oh, it's called the Euro finger wrap.
Euro finger wrap. All right. Well, hopefully I'll get a closer-up of you playing later.
All right, sounds good.
Awesome. That's Greg Harada and Angela Ting. Two peas in a pod. Traveling all over the place to play pool.
You said something about Cole?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me
Then I've had another one on this one and 2 on this one. Yeah. Flipped up. Fell. Heard it. What are you up to?
Swing and a miss. Carl dogs the 5-ball, and does he leave a combo on the 9? Doesn't look like it's wired.
You don't want to stick it.
I think.
So did you tell everybody on the stream that you beat this guy gambling?
Which guy?
Carl.
I didn't beat him gambling.
Remember you played him in Mountain Boy?
No, that was Lee Brett.
No, this was whenever you went with me inside. You don't remember?
I played him?
Yeah.
He beat me.
No, and I was like, you played that guy? And you're like, yeah, and I won.
Oh shit, I beat him like one set. Like
Yeah,
we played
50,
3 and we
yeah.
played the rubber match. And he was all bummed because
Yeah.
he's like, I'm supposed to win.
Yeah, remember he was.
I completely forgot I played him.
I know. And I was like, you
I'm
played
gonna
a
tell him now.
champion. And you're like, what?
Greg Harada just reminded me that I actually played Carl Wilson about 2 years ago, and it was. I'm thinking it was a total fluke, but Greg reminded me that I won out of 3 sets. I won a set, so let's not spread that around. Anyway, I just want to take a moment too with what is your name?
Scott.
Scott. I want to take a moment with an individual named Scott. I believe it's Winterbreak. Yeah. Who? I'm not sure. Who wanted to say something about Cole Dixon? So we're going to do that right now. How you doing, Scott?
I'm doing all right. It's good to see so many players here today to come out and show their respect to Cole Dixon. I had a chance to play Cole in a few tournaments in Vacaville in the early 90s, and just one great player, really nice guy, do anything to help a friend. So I just feel privileged to be here today to play in this tournament and to see so many people come out and pay their respects and just to play this tournament, you know. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome, Scott. Anytime you want to come and say hi. Thanks a lot. So score now 2-0. And the cue ball takes a one-way trip to table 9. So Sean's going to get ball in hand. I believe Tommy Lips is also here.
Stay here for a second. Yeah.
Let me know when you want to be around.
How you been though?
Stayed home with my mom cut off like this. And my dad. I'm well playing. I'm going home.
We gotta play, man.
I'm not so bad, man. So am I. I've been taking care of my girl. You gotta go home at your house and this and that and another. I go, dude, what you don't realize is when you have your home shit at your house, you don't play unless somebody comes home.
People that say that, dude.
I got all this shit. What's up, Doc?
All right.
Oh, excuse me. Hey, Rob. Easy. All right. There you go. Easy.
I just want to make a fair playing field for everybody else.
Probably ain't gonna play your ass. I want to have like fucking like 6 guys for my boys. I've got 3, so. That one of the flames on it was I wanted 22.5. I got 17 cash, and then another one.
7 or 6
another
now.
3 one that I built for my girl. We bought it for 65 and on the one or 6 grand.
Short enough because it's like 104 players. But I ain't even
They're good though. I mean, that's about right. That's about the right price. I mean, they're not cheap.
Look, I'm just watching this. I'm just staying home right now. Watch out, spin, huh? But I had to take my pilot.
I'm gonna
He was in
the bagger. I want to do like 124 inch motor, 127 in the bagger. Something badass. And do a dirty 30 front wheel, 30-inch front wheel. It's all air ride.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. A lot of money though.
Why didn't you? We got 15 acres.
I can't go and run it for you. 2 pounds metal.
Ronnie and Jared, can you sit down? I like to go to the belt. Always have. I like to go to the belt. You see the balls. I don't know. Yeah, Aaron got that belt on top. It's clear front to Aaron's got. I can see the balls. He's pretty good. Really hard well. Really well. Where's he at? He's a guy from like San Rafael or something, right? Yeah. You got AirPods out in the middle, kind of south. I'm thinking of someone else. I'm thinking of Nick Oh yeah. Like Santa Rosa. Yeah. Wow, he played good.
We're using boxes.
More coffee.
So how are we going to hear anything?
Well, they can hear you. Hey, how's it going? This is Daniel Busch on the mic again, and I'm standing here with none other than Billy Silvera from Garnerville, Nevada. What's going on, Billy?
I made the journey down here. Cole was like a dad to me. My mom has known Cole since they were like 13, 14 years old. His dad used to take him to a pool room at Fremont called Uncle Louie's Pool Room. And my grandfather used to take my mom and her sisters there, and she met him. Well, my dad was a pool player, and I always thought, I never knew until just not too long ago, I always thought that my dad's the one that knew him. But come to find out, my mom knew him first. So it's
Oh, wow.
kind of crazy. So I've known him since I was a baby.
Yeah. So, did you watch him play pool, too?
Oh, yeah. No, I've seen him play a lot. I watched him play over at Dee's place across the bay when Hal Mix was there, and Nick Warner was watching him play Paul, and he was beating him to death. And then what had happened was he ended up drinking a lot, and then ended up losing the money back to him. And
there was a time in his life where he didn't drink at all. I heard he thought he'd say his body is a temple.
That's true. Way back in the day, my dad and there's a guy here, George LaFar, he's from Gilbert, Arizona, and another guy named Joe. They went in and they staked Cole playing the Ghost for $1,000 a game. I think the guy's name was something Fletcher Greyhound, I believe it was, and
that's an interesting name.
Yeah, the guy's like a millionaire, right? And I guess Cole, from what the story I heard, broke and ran 11 racks.
Well, that's $11,000.
The guy quit. The funny thing was that somebody asked him, they said, how come you didn't quit before that? He said, well, I figured you'd have to miss at some point. So it's kind of funny.
Yeah. It's kind of like a roulette wheel, you want to bet on black and keep betting on black, doubling the bet, but what if black doesn't come? You could be broke by then.
That's true. That's very true. I mean, a guy with that caliber, and I heard once, I don't know how true this is, but I heard that Cole, back in the day, in his prime, when he played real good, broke and ran 26 racks. I don't know how true that is.
Get out of here. Really?
Yeah.
26 racks.
I mean, maybe somebody out there can collaborate that story. I'm positive I've heard it my whole life. So
I'll ask around all weekend. I'll try to find out. Bert Kinnister sent me a little email. Do you know Bert Kinnister? He went on the road with Cole and a couple of other friends in the '60s. Hopefully, I think I'm going to be getting a lot of emails and a lot of people in the chat room. They're going to be talking a little bit about Cole. So
I'll tell you something funny. I bet nobody out there even knows who Cole went on the road with first, and actually left here in San Francisco. The first time he left, and he couldn't beat a guy named something Whitey Evans in Fremont, right?
Okay.
And
he could not beat him?
Could not beat him when he first left. When he came back, he destroyed everybody. He went on the road with Grady Matthews.
Oh, no kidding. No kidding.
Grady Matthews was stationed out here, and he used to go to a place called the Blue Carpet, and I'm sure that there's some older people in the chat they'll remember.
Yeah.
And the story was that they used to get in line waiting for Grady to come in there because he didn't play at the time, and they would rob him, right? But then he ended up being a great player, obviously.
Wow.
So it's kind of ironic, and then Cole went on the road with him. When he came back, nobody could beat him.
Wow. I wonder how they did on that first trip.
I don't know. I never really got to ask him. I mean, when Cole came back from...
how old do you think he was at the time? Like 15 or older?
Probably something like that. His dad was real loose with him, would let him go do stuff like that.
Right, right.
So
I guess if a guy like Grady comes up to your kid's, comes up to you and says, "Hey, your son is like a prodigy. I'm going to take him on the road. We're going to make thousands."
Well, the problem was when Grady wasn't even known at all. He wasn't that a player.
Okay.
But he ended up becoming a great player.
Yeah. So, Billy, you're also in this event.
Yeah. I don't know how long I'm going to do, but I came. Yeah. I'm kind of busy at home, helping with the property at my parents' house, and doing stuff around there. And so I've been pretty consumed with that. I really haven't played too much pool lately.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I haven't been playing much either. I would have liked to have played this, but a lot of mayhem going on here today. An amazing turnout for this event. In fact, do you know these two players, Carl and Sean?
Carl Wilson's from, when I first moved to Gardnerville, Nevada, I started going to Q4ia, and Carl, there was a guy named Carl.
That's who's shooting right now, folks.
Carl Wilson Jr., and then a lot of people know him by Carson City Carl, and then there was another guy that played about his speed. His name was Mike Rainey, and Bob Hunter used to teach these guys. So I met them, when I was like 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
And then Sean, I've known for quite a few years too, and I think he lives somewhere around here or Nevada or something like that. And I know Carl, he won the USPPA 2 years back to back, and then the second year he played in the Reno Open and got fifth.
Oh, no kidding!
Yeah.
Wow.
He's the only person in the USPPA history for all the years it was running
to win it twice in a row,
back to back, and then get in the Pro Open and then get fifth.
Wow. Well, now the USPPA, the now defunct USPPA, has kind of been taken over by the World PPA up north here.
I hope it does well, because that was a.
Do you have World PPA in Nevada anywhere at all?
I don't know. I don't go to the pool room there anymore in Reno.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. Carl missing the 5 ball right there. Maybe Lenny Kravitz sharked him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he does have a good shot. He can kick rail first if he can get it. He might be able to touch the ball. I'd like to kick, like that.
Yeah.
And look at the save.
Yeah, he played it. That was a good shot. He played it with speed for a kick safe. And Carl might jump here. He might just jump with this playing cue here.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be much of a jump. I mean, you just barely got to get over the 8. But still, the degree of difficulty is big because look at how tight the tables are.
And the ball, Kojak just went into the subway. So Sean Dumani. Now, it's funny. He looks a little bit like Adam Smith to me. Are you familiar with him?
Yeah, I know Adam Smith.
In fact, from a distance, I was like, hey, wait, Adam Smith's here. So for those of you who think Adam Smith is here, that's my fault.
This guy's a really nice guy.
Sean?
Yeah, easy to get along with.
He plays well. I've met him before. I met him in Reno, and I met him at in Mountain View as well.
Yes. Oh, yes. Speaking of which, you're streaming Mountain View too?
Yeah, I'll be streaming Mountain View. I'll be streaming Hard Times as well.
Are you playing in any of the events?
I hadn't planned on it, but I think if I'm going to do 3 tournaments, I may as well force myself to play 1.
I agree. I'll be there too. I'm going to go home probably tonight.
Oh, you're gonna come to Mountain View?
Yeah, I already have my room and everything.
Killer.
So we'll have to do a late night POV.
Yeah, maybe I'll get an after hours rematch with Danny Gokul. Except this time I get the 7 in the breaks.
I think you should call it late night X-rated POV.
Oh no!
For the people that get offended by the swearing and whatnot.
What was that? Did you see that shot?
I think
he absolutely overstroked that shot.
You know
it was just crazy.
A lot of people do this when you're thinking of the shape you're going to get, and you get in there and you're stroking the ball. You're in between strokes because you might be thinking of a. Yeah, he hit that real bad. He was just trying to go. You're in between.
It's a mental process.
Yeah, and you're thinking one thing, and your mind does another thing, and
he didn't commit.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't commit to the shot. He can lob this ball over here.
Yeah, he could commit now. Yeah. Oh man.
He got
lucky. It's funny. I was just talking to Greg Harada. He just reminded me that I played Carl Wilson a couple years ago and actually came up on top.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure he was having a bad day.
Well, a couple years ago, he just started playing again, too. So he was actually, it's kind of funny, he got a good job at the Moonlight Bunny Ranch.
Okay.
The Moonlight Bunny Ranch for Dennis Hoff. And he had a really good job there. And, I'm not exactly sure what happened, but he doesn't work there anymore, so he started playing pool again.
I see. Nice. That was a great shot.
That's a good shot.
Those shots are so hard to cut thin like that and be accurate.
I agree. That was a good shot.
Yeah. Good.
You know what's interesting too? Dan Louie made it down here all the way from Washington.
I know. I saw Dan Louie earlier, so like that's exciting, man. He's like a straight pool champ, a bar box 8-ball, 9-ball champ. He's
a really great guy and all around a great, talented pool player. And him and Cole were really good friends.
Yeah, I'm almost surprised that if Dan came, I would have half expected to see Stan Tarango.
Well, I don't think Stan Tarango knew Cole like
Dan Louie did.
Because him and Stan, I think, just started running around together like the past 10 years now.
Yeah.
Dan Louie and Cole would play when they were really young. So.
Well, there you go.
Billy Aguayo's here. A lot of people probably haven't heard that name in a long time.
It's funny, Dan Louie. Well, I don't mean to go on a tangent, guys, but Dan Louie actually looks a lot younger than he is because I've seen tournament sheets from 25 years ago with his name on it, with being paid out in like 3rd and 2nd place. I'm like, wow.
With the big Coke bottle glasses.
So in this match now between Carl and Sean closes the gap a little bit. It is now 3 games to 2 in a race to 7. This is the first match today that you're watching from the Cole Dixon Memorial Tournament here at Family Billiards in San Francisco. And I'm very happy and very proud to be here. I'm sitting here with Billy Silvera, who knows both of these players that we're watching right now.
I actually, wow, that hurts.
Well, 9-ball went down, huh? Counts on the break.
I think that
it's now 3-3.
I actually think that Carl's a better player, but the problem is that these pockets are so tough here, and I don't know. One of these tables is 3 7/8. I don't know if it's this table or this table over here, but I mean they're all.
I know that's
no bigger than 4 inch.
I spoke with Delbert Wong, the owner of this place, before we did this. Made the agreement to do this, and he told me that 6 of his tables are 4 inch. 6 of the tables are 4 inch.
It's 3 7/8. I'm almost positive, and I'm not sure if this one, the stream table is the same, but it's for sure at least 4 inches. Now, here's the thing. I think that Carl plays better than him, but I think these tables are, it's tough for either player to string any racks or anything. I mean, even though top level players, aren't running racks on these tables. These are tough tables.
So, you're favoring Carl a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Well, it's 3-3 now.
I'd like to see
pretty good match so far.
Yeah, I'd like to see Sean win. I think it'd be a good win for him, but. I've never heard of a 2.5 inch pocket. Or you mean 4.5?
Yeah, we got a question in the chat room, or a statement saying that these are 2.5 inch pockets. I think that's a typo.
Yeah, Action Donkey, I think, did you mean 4.5? This first one, I'm almost positive is 4 inch.
Yeah, they definitely look like 4s to me. I want to say welcome back to Spanky. All right, Sean getting safe on the 3-ball there. Carl's got an easy escape.
Yeah, Action Donkey, I'm not sure. That would be ridiculous, 2.5 inch pockets.
Yeah, these are definitely not 2.5. They just look like 2.5 when you're on a pressure shot.
mean, you can get a top pro in here and, a good player from down here. I mean, there's a lot of great players from the Bay Area. You can get somebody like Shane Van Boning and Amar, for instance, to play. And I'll tell you what, Shane wouldn't just run away. I can tell you that. He might not even like playing him on a super tight table. Considering that that's all, down here, Amar and a lot of other great players, that's all they play on down here is tight tables where, most all pro events are 4.5 inch pockets. So, they're going to have a really, really, really tough time beating one of these good players like Amar here.
No, I agree, though. I think on any given day, it depends on who's really been shooting the most right now. Who's been practicing, who's been shooting on diamonds more this week, who's been shooting on gold crowns this week. But you're right, it does make it for a tougher race. Right away.
Now, the thing is, I don't know if you've ever watched any of the tour matches when those diamond tables, I think, were 4 inch or 3 7/8. And I'll tell you what, it made the pros look like mid players.
Like shortstops, right?
Pretty much. None of them strung more than, I think Shane in practice strung 6 racks together.
Yeah. Well, I watched Dennis Orcolio run a 6-pack on Shane Van Boning on Jason Shaw at the Swanee this year on 3 7/8 inch pockets. So I guess fortunately for the rest of the field here, they're lucky that Dennis Orcolio's not here today.
That's true. And the other bad thing is the humidity in here it's so damp and wet in here that the balls, look at that shot. You would never miss that anywhere else, but
there's less transfer of spin. I don't know how clean these balls are, but they don't look totally.
They look pretty clean, but the thing is, it's so wet here.
Yeah.
Humidity and the heat. It's hot here, and also the humidity is going to do a lot of bad things.
I think these tables are going to play a lot like they do at Hard Times. Yeah, I think they're going to play a lot like that, with the exception of at Hard Times in Bellflower, they use a green cloth. Yeah, they are some of the toughest tables here.
Yeah, even a shot like this is very missable. Very missable. Of course he didn't. But
yeah.
Sean had a good opportunity to get out there, but he didn't. All right,
Hey, youngster.
That was Cole's grandson
Oh, was it really?
and granddaughter that just went by.
All right, so this should be a win for Carl. I just think another issue here today is that there are just so many people hanging out right now. It's really loud in here. It's not like a casino tournament environment. This is down and dirty pool hall.
Well, the thing is, because a lot of people are having a good time at this particular deal, because it's kind of a memorial too for Cole, and a lot of his friends, if anybody really knew him, they know that he was a wild guy when he liked to party. But he was. All in all, he was a really good guy, though, regardless.
All right.
A lot of people are probably sharing stories, and I'm sure that there's literally hundreds of thousands of stories. There's thousands upon thousands going on in here, I'm sure, today.
Yeah, we also got Amar Kang's here, Deo Alpajora's here. We've got a lot of very strong players.
Here's a name.
And I'm not saying that to intimidate you.
Oh, yeah. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I can't change that. But here's a name that a lot of people have forgotten is Billy Aguayo. He used to be a real tough customer, real player.
I'm not familiar with him.
Yeah, he's here, and that's a name I haven't heard in a very long time. He was a good principal who gambled back and forth. And I see a lot of What other people? George LaFar from Gilbert, Arizona. They were really, really good friends. I believe George lived right across the street from Cole's dad.
Yeah.
In Glenmore.
Well, it's exciting to see so many people come in, new faces for me as well.
This is Cole's daughter.
Oh, okay. Do you want to say goodbye? Or?
No, they have to leave.
Okay.
It's just a little too much for the kids. You know,
it's yeah.
Two little ones. It's just a little too much. Yeah, it's funny. Our local pool room, I would go up there and mostly just gamble, play monk, and other people, and give up too much weight. And Cole would always come there, and he loved it. He said he was always had a good time with coming in there watching me. He said almost made him feel like he was in action. It was kind of neat. I really loved him a lot. He was like a second dad. Treated me really good.
So he went back actually. He left Reno for a while, and then he came back, right?
Yep, and then he came back.
Because he lived in Montana for a while, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he knew he was sick and came back to be with his family, and we reconnected. I mean, every time he came to town, he'd come by the house or whatever, but we really spent a lot of time together before he passed, and he never let me know how sick he was. So I didn't go up to go see him, which I don't want to remember somebody like him the way that I heard he was. And for me, I think it just was better that I have the memories I have of him.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Good guy. Me and my family. He was always
yeah.
I had now. This other day, I had another friend die. This is in right around 2 years. I've had 24 people die that I was either.
No.
Yeah. Not this past bar table championships. The one before, my uncle Joe Sarah, that nicknamed Puffy. He was coming down to watch me play, and he was in the car, warming the car up, and his wife was locking the door. She said she walked around the corner, and the car was up on the rev limiter, and she opened the door and said, Joe, and turned the car off, and he gave his life. He died of a massive heart attack.
Oh my gosh.
So, and he actually was like a father figure to me my whole entire life. I'd stayed with him a lot.
Oh, you must be having a very strange couple of years with that,
Yeah, and the thing is with the prescription drugs and stuff like that, a lot of people don't realize, when they're partying around with that sometimes if they take a little too much alcohol or something and they OD, which that's happened a lot. It's like, man, I wish you could talk to them, but people are going to make their own choices in life. But it's sad. You don't think about it until it happens.
Yeah, that is true.
It's just sad, Lost a lot of good people that way.
I'm not gonna lie to you. There were times in my life where I just didn't take things as seriously. I thought I was invincible, and it's kind of like the journey I took. But pool, in many respects, really gave me stability. It was something that was always there. It was always consistent, and yeah, I think Carl's a little weird on this 3-ball here.
4-3 now. The thing is that pool is, when you start getting in with pool players, they really are like like family. There's a lot of these guys that you beat. I mean, not all of them, but there's some really, really, really good pool players that are actually really down to earth and good people.
Some good mentors. There are some great mentors out there.
And I've made a couple of good friends, and we'll probably be friends with them forever. And that's one of the biggest draws of me. Oh my God! Wow! Yeah. He should have never missed that.
That was a gift, and he knew it, and he's not happy. But Carl is.
The only problem, if he doesn't get on that, what is that, the 7-ball and break that out, I don't know that it goes either pocket, either
Yeah, the 7 ball's up by the 9. The 4 ball is right there where he's shooting.
Go and break it up. You know, I think I think you can roll into it now, but what I would have liked better was to go off the rail and run into the 7 or the 9, knock it out, and shoot the 6 in the bottom.
He looks like he's too straight on the 6 right now. He may have to actually bank this 7 or play a safety. Hope he don't.
What I had here was pretty good were the chicken wings. Wow.
The 7 goes.
Yeah, Sean totally gave up, I think, a little bit on that shot. Took it for granted. It was a fairly easy shot. And Carl, this is kind of weird for him. I've never seen Carl in pants before. I think maybe once in my whole life that I've known him.
Hey now.
Seriously.
Let's save that for later in the evening.
No, I mean, he always wears shorts.
I know, I got it.
and I've never seen him with dress shoes. It's kind of bizarre. So it's actually, I think, taking him pretty serious.
Well,
the race just
shorts or no shorts, Carl Wilson's now 5-3 ahead of Sean Dumani. It's a race to 7. It's the first match today of this first Cole Dixon Memorial 9-ball tournament. I'm standing here with Billy Silvera, who also knew Cole Dixon and knows both Sean and Carl. Carl's got a dry break here.
You know, he could draw off this ball, have a chance to make the 9 here, but I'm not sure. He could actually two-way, bank the 1 down table and let the cue ball trickle over and try to. I mean, it's asking for a lot, but. But he just hit it bad.
Yeah, he rode the 9 there, and you know what? Look, the 1-4-3 cluster doesn't look very promising for Carl. The 4 ball, yeah. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
But yeah, I didn't like that. Line a two-way there. You notice a few balls.
Watch out, the king's coming through.
Yeah. And now those 2 balls that just got, those 2 balls down on the left side of the table that just got close together are the 4 and the 7.
Sean had a chance to be up 5-3.
That was a nice shot.
Committed to it, if he would have hit on a 3 ball, a little closer. Tough, and anytime they know that you're being screwed. Always tough.
Angel Abrahamo, Jonathan Ludwig, and Angel Abrahamo, table 5, tournament assignments in the front, please.
And look, he developed the 4 ball. What a beautiful shot right there.
Now he can come out. Look at he can hit high, and he can actually, if he hits it good, he can come out 2 rails and come behind
the 6. Yeah.
Behind the 6
Yeah.
out.
Well, I think it's a matter of preference here. He can also draw out here.
Yeah, but the problem is on these tight pockets, and the ball's going to skin over without. It's going to grab right away and pull the shooter over to the 6.
He's gonna play your shot.
So, yeah, look at that's beautiful. Look at.
Yeah, but he just needs to be on the right side of the 4.
Oh, and even this is.
This is not. Yeah, it's not perfect here. He might have to just roll this in and accept the hard position.
No, what you do, look at you just cross-pick it. You follow the ball forward and let's take it to the other side. It gives you natural position on the top. But it's just got a full box, and trying to cut it in and do too much. Yeah, I mean, let's not look at the shot on the side. Why would you do that? So you have a chance to be down there, and even if you hit the 10 like that, if you're wound up behind the 6. This is. Now if he cuts this with just centerable outside English, he's going to be able to cut it down by the 6 with speed, go past the 6, and have good shape on the 5.
Well, I think we've seen this already twice now from Sean, where he's not fully committed to the shot. He's not fully committed to the shot, and so therefore he misses the shot he's shooting at.
You see the shot, even though he missed the ball, he didn't cut it enough, but went where shape is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot easier making these shots from here because we don't have no pressure or tight table we're shooting.
Oh, you mean from here behind the mic?
Oh, look at this. He might have got lucky. Wow.
Sean asking Carl for a fist bump on that.
Oh, that was a good shot. You see that? He almost double kissed that ball in, but see, you reap no benefit from that because now look at what he's got.
Yeah, no reward.
All tournament shooters, please return your names.
You know what I like doing here? It's just banking it up table, right? Banking it up table, pull it up on the rail, try to get behind the 8. Yeah, I didn't like that at all. Look at you bank the ball back up table over here towards the 7, and then you leave the cue ball back behind there. And again, the speed was perfect, and then look at he would have hooked him. That wasn't a very good attempt at all. I don't know what he's doing. It's like he's not focused right now.
Well, it's like I said earlier, an event like this, very difficult to concentrate. You got a lot of people here, a lot of people moving around.
Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard, and the music's pretty.
Stream is running. You're on camera,
which makes it a lot tougher too. Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. He's given up 3 really good. Here, what's a good shot here? That's a really good shot. But yeah, that turned out really good. The thing was, he's given up 3 really good opportunities to, instead of being up, he's going to be down. Looks like 6-3 here. Carl will be on the hill, but he could have been up 6-3.
Yeah.
Capitalized on it.
Wow.
Except
Carl went for the
gusto.
He went for the side pocket shape so that he could go the wave forward. That's very creative.
I think he came up short. I think he was actually going to.
Oh my gosh!
I think he was trying to come around.
Look at this. This is evil.
Yeah, he was trying to come up the cue ball, up the table, and shoot the 8 ball in the right hand corner pocket. He just came up short on position.
All right. Well, let's see how Sean handles this.
Cut it. What was that?
I gotta say that wouldn't have been my choice of shots.
You just send it in his then back cut it over to the middle of the table, and then send the cue ball back to the table like you did that other shot when you feathered it.
Well, let's see if distance is his friend here. It is. And Carl's not going to get another lucky leave.
These are some really unforced errors from both players. I know Carl plays a lot better than that.
Well, it could be first match jitters.
True. Let's see if Sean can stay committed to the shot.
Wow.
You know what that's from? That's from knowing in the back of your head that if he misses, he's going to go up 6-3.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that can go through your head. It's negativity, Yep. Negativity flows in and out sometimes, no matter what.
A lot of people, they always say, oh, well, you got all these negative thoughts, and this is why you miss the shot, this and that. Well, the thing is, that's why you get up on the shot, because you might not be comfortable with it. You get back up and you say, okay, I'm going to make it. I know I just had to get up. But Sean just is really falling apart here. just not staying committed. It looks like he's engaging, watching the shot, he does everything right, and then somewhere in between his final deliveries, disconnected.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Could be taking his eye off the ball at the last second. I mean, there's a million things that could be doing.
Well, be that as it may, it's now 6 games to 3. Carl Wilson on the hill. First match of the day here. You're watching the Cole Dixon Memorial Tournament here at Family Billiards in San Francisco, California. Owned by the Delbert Wong and the Wong family. We're going to be streaming live here for 2 days.
Maybe 3.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how long this will go. We have 104 players for this event.
That's amazing for a room that's only got 18 tables.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's people from Arizona, Washington, Nevada. There's some players from everywhere.
Yeah, you came from Nevada.
Yeah.
I came from Nevada.
Yeah, Las Vegas. So what take you 9 hours to get here?
It took about 9.5 hours for me to drive here.
And I'll tell you what, I don't know if you traveled during the day or not, but I'll tell you, it's very, very unforgiving how hot every place is right now.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have been driving here if I didn't have a good air conditioner in my car. 5 ball? No, the 5 ball did not go.
Looks like it's going to roll and roll back up.
Yeah, it just nestled there on the titty.
I really feel for Sean because we've all been in that position where where you start out pretty strong and then one missed shot can really, in your mind, if you don't let it go, can cost you the whole match.
Yeah, I think Carl now is not even putting too much thought into his game because I think he's got just confidence fuel in him right now.
Yeah, not only that, but he doesn't have to. I mean, he's had a 6-3 lead. Not saying Sean can't still win from there. But
no, I'm not saying that either.
Yeah, he's got no confidence. So Carl's like, okay, if I make it, I make it. If I don't, I don't.
Yeah.
The likelihood of Sean getting out is right now not very good. His confidence is down a lot.
Yeah, he does right now just look a little more deflated than when he started. But anything's possible. Let's see what happens.
What's that? The WPBA just had a tournament at Mountain View, and I think Sean got
the World PPA.
Yeah, World PPA. I think Sean just got like 6th or something.
The $1,000 shootout thing that they did.
I think he did pretty good there. He said he played a guy that was way under his handicap, and I'm not sure if he spotted him or what the deal was. He said the guy never missed a ball on him.
Oh wow. Incidentally, World PPA and Bob Bolio is one of our sponsors of this event.
Yeah, Bob's a really, really good guy, and I think that he really stepped up to the plate when they didn't have any more handicap stuff going on. He stepped up and he did something really good, I think.
Yeah, I think their organization has over 1,000 players now.
Right? Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
good for him.
It is good.
I'm surprised I don't see him here walking around.
I think he's going to be here in about half an hour.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's a good guy. Really, really pleasant to talk to.
All right. Carl now is, he's just kind of free stroking right now. And if not this game right here, I'd fully expect Carl to close out against Sean and end the match.
He stayed committed there. And, on these tables, it's not like shooting a BB down the Grand Canyon,
No, it's not. But when you have confidence on your side, it really helps. It helps a lot.
And, even this, for a lot of people say, it's a tough shot now. But when you've got confidence, I think that he's favored to go out right now.
Just don't drill it too hard there, Carl. Oh, he's going to miss. Wow, he missed that by like half a diamond.
These pockets are pretty tricky when you're, because think of the angle he was at. It probably looks like he's shooting into half of the pocket anyway. So, I hope someone gets out there. If he doesn't, he's going to be disgusted with himself.
I notice he tends to lift his arm a little bit on his backstroke, and that's, unless you're Mike Davis, I wouldn't highly recommend that type of stroke.
And I talked to him about that. Me and John Moore were talking to him, and you know why he does that seesaw stroke the way that he does is he developed that stroke and said there's less era of disc doing it that way. That seesaw stroke.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We asked him. We said, man, that's a really bizarre stroke. You know, when he was falling on the road, all they'd have to do is see that one time, and they, they warmed him up. Like you see this guy with this goofy seesaw stroke. Looks like he's sawing logs or something, but the guy is like straight shooting and plays good.
Well, Carl's probably beating himself up a little bit right now. He missed a pretty easy 8-ball, but I think it was a little bit of pressure or a little bit of adrenaline.
I think he put a lot of pressure on, and now it's kind of like. I mean, look at you can't hit the ball so much harder than that, and then nothing's going in. I mean, these tables are tough.
Just want to welcome everybody in the audience, folks. Glad you're all here. Starting off today with 82 people in the audience.
There's a lot. I mean, there's even a lot of spectators here. This place, I've never seen this place this busy ever.
There sure are. And I just want to let the audience know that our next match on the stream table will be between... oh my gosh, don't tell me this. Oh, Bryce Avila and... hold on, I'll be right back.
Is that table 1? Wow. What's that about?
He's kind of mentally just given up.
Are you saying, oh, this guy sucks?
No, actually, he plays good, but he's just under some pressure.
Are you guys the guys that they do chin numbers?
Actually, it's his deal. I'm just sitting here with him. Yeah. This guy right here. Yeah.
Okay. So I hear all the voices that you have recognized them.
Actually,
it's going to be Bryce Avila versus Jesse Tandon. Do you know Jesse Tandon?
I've never heard of him before.
Neither have I.
Bryce is a good player, but he told me he hasn't been playing that good because he hasn't been playing that often.
Oh, Bryce is a very good player, man.
Yeah, but he just said he hasn't been playing very much, and so he's not really up for him. But we'll see how he plays.
Pretty interesting that all these local players aren't really playing very well when the West Coast swing is is underway.
Yeah, you know, it's that thing called life sometimes. It's really... Well, look at Sean, doesn't look like he's feeling real good. He's rubbing his hat under a lot of pressure. Also, who all are your sponsors, by the way? Who all has helped sponsor POV?
For this event, World PPA. Bob Bolio and the World PPA organization. Definitely go check out the worldppa.com if you're interested in joining a handicap format league. All the money is paid out. All the money that goes in is all the money that goes out. And sometimes there's some additional sponsorships through the World PPA that add even more money. Also, Pool Tracks that does the real-time player statistics.
Yeah, statistics. I think that's a great thing that they came up with. Really, you know that. And, a lot of people like to see stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. The player statistics can be very interesting. You'll notice with some player statistics, some players look like their numbers are even better than their opponents, but they still lose. It's kind of interesting.
That's a funny thing about pool. If you try to figure it out, it's really bizarre. You might say, oh, well, I could beat this guy Sonny here over and over and over. I beat him every time I played him, but then I might be able to beat you, but then I can't beat him. It's just
yeah.
Sometimes styles conflict.
That's true too. And also Kamui Tips. Kamui Tips and Billiard Products, as always.
John's a great guy. He's been doing a lot.
Yeah. POV Pools, proudly sponsored by Kamui Tips.
I know that you don't do this for free, so anybody that can donate to Daniel, I believe, what is it? If they donate $20 or more, they get a Kamui voucher.
Well, actually, there's a new tip on the market. Yes. Can you finish? There's a new. First of all, I just want to congratulate Carl Wilson for winning his first match.
Good job, Carl.
Sean's not happy. Saying Sean's pissed. He didn't want to say anything. He's just saying it's too hot.
You started off like a gunslinger, playing good, and then you know what happened when you miss that?
He's feeling hot.
Like your confidence started going down. So what's the new deal with?
Well, Kamui has now released the Kamui Clear. The Kamui Clear.
Or
Kamui.
breaking?
No, Kamui Clear tip has a small layer of like vinyl underneath, and what that does is it blocks the glue from corroding the leather.
Oh wow!
And so they have a new tip on the market, which is now $30. So if you donate to POVPOOL, you donate $30 or more, I'll send you a Kamui voucher, which is good for any Kamui tip, including the new Kamui Clear tip.
I'd like to try that Kamui Clear tip. Too bad he didn't give you some of those to bring with you.
Yeah, I'm surprised that you weren't aware of it. One of your friends, Chris McCreary, has been using a Kamui Clear for a little while. Are you friends anymore?
I like Chris. He's a good guy, but gambling.
Okay.
It's kind of like arguments. And,
oh, that's right. I remember watching you go at it for like 14 hours one day.
Yeah, and then I played him again in Reno, so I think it might be just a better idea not to gamble.
Yeah. We're going to start another match right now. Bryce Avila versus Jesse Tandon. Stand by, guys.
You're going to give that to him?
Yeah.